Egypt. When you hear this word, what do you think about? For me, I think about pyramids, Cleopatra, a great ancient civilization, and great dance parties like this. Okay, so maybe those dance parties never existed, but for everything else I did list, that's what many people associate when they hear the word Egypt. And while ancient Egypt is a great part of our history, it's quite the opposite from what we would find today in modern Egypt. Sure, if you flew on an airplane today right over to Egypt, you would find the Great Pyramids and you would find many ancient artifacts that tell the story of great pharaohs and kings of the past. But how would you communicate to the locals? How would you know what is respectful? How would you know what is disrespectful? What would you eat? What would you wear? How does modern day Egyptian culture differ from your personal culture? These are all very important factors to consider, especially if you did find yourself on a plane to Egypt today. In this video, I would like to educate you about what you would culturally expect when going to modern day Egypt. Let's start with some quick facts. Egypt is located in northeastern Africa, bordering Libya, Sudan, Israel, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. For almost 13 centuries, Arabic has been the written and spoken language of Egypt. Egypt has a republic government. The citizens have an active role in the government, and there is no one main ruler or king. It is not quite a democracy, but a representative republic. The national religion is Islam, and the followers of the religion are called Muslims. They use the Quran as their religious text, which they believe to be the word of God or Allah, as revealed to the Islamic messenger and prophet Muhammad. As I previously stated, Islam is practiced by many Egyptians, and it governs their personal, political, economic, and legal lives. Among many obligations for Muslims is to pray 5 times a day. Each time is listed every day in the local newspaper. Friday is the Muslim holy day, and everything is closed. During the holy month of Ramadan, all Muslims must fast from dusk till dawn and are only permitted to work 6 hours per day. Fasting includes no eating, drinking, cigarette smoking, or gum chewing. At the end of every night, families and friends gather together to celebrate the breaking of fast. Family is the most important unit of Egyptian culture. Kinship plays an important role in all social relations. Honor is also a very important facet in interpersonal relationships. Honor dictates that all Egyptians must show friendliness and hospitality to everyone. It also dictates that they must dress as well as they financially can afford, and that they must show respect to people in authority and to their elders. Social class is a very important part of Egyptian culture as it determines your access to power. You are typically born into your social class. There are 3 levels of the social class: upper, middle, and lower. Status is usually determined by your wealth and your family background. There are many different other tips and tidbits you should know if you were going to Egypt today. Generally, Egyptians are very emotive. They like to use hand gestures to express their emotions. Egyptians also believe that direct eye contact is a reflection of honesty and sincerity, so be prepared for a lot of intense stares. Egyptians tend to dress very conservatively, especially women, along the lines of Islamic religion. Egyptian cuisine is heavily reliant on vegetables and fish, especially around the coastal areas. Egypt is the most progressive country in the Middle East in the field of media. Journalism, film, television, music, and art are all of supreme importance in Egyptian culture. Egypt has a press that is basically free, especially when compared to the censorship of other Arabic countries. Egypt television is controlled by the government with 5 national television channels. Egypt is also the only Arab country that has a movie industry and has been making movies since the 1930s. And last but not least, for you sports fans, football is the most popular sport in Egypt today, or as we know in America, soccer. Alright, well, I hope you've learned plenty of facts about modern day Egypt, and I wish you a very happy travel.